Tkiyat Shofar is clearly the most important time on Rosh Hashanah. On the one hand, Tkiyat Shofar is a mitzvah min haTorah. And there's no doubt that when we finish blowing the 30 Tkiyot, that we have accomplished this mitzvah min haTorah. On the other hand, Tkiyat Shofar has a fascination, unlike other mitzvot. It's a wordless communication with heaven. It affects our profoundest emotional realities. And so Tkiyat Shofar is the mitzvah that people are not going to miss out. You can come late to shul sometimes, but you're not going to be late for Tkiyat Shofar. The first thing that we have to note about Tkiyat Shofar is the bracha. The bracha is usually made by the tokeya, by the person who blows the shofar, and who is going to blow this shofar and do the mitzvah on behalf of the entire assemblage. It's true that he does it on behalf of the assemblage, but each and every person in that room, the men as well as the women, perform the mitzvah min haTorah, which is called Tkiyat Shofar. He makes a bracha that's called Birkat HaMitzvah, the bracha that directs us, that tells us that we're about to do a mitzvah, and that says something about the mitzvah. In our case, the bracha is Lishmoa Kol Shofar, Asher Kirishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu Lishmoa Kol Shofar, which means that it's not the act of blowing the shofar which is the mitzvah, but it's listening to and hearing the sound of the shofar, which is the mitzvah. So that we have to understand that while it may be that only one person in this big room with all those people in it is blowing shofar, every single person in the room is doing the mitzvah which is encapsulated in the words of the bracha, Lishmoa Kol Shofar. The mitzvah is to hear the sound of the shofar. We know that after the bracha, the Baal Tokeya, the person who's going to actually blow the shofar, begins. To his side stands a person who is the Makri, the person who has actually two jobs. He leads the Baal Tokeya and makes sure that he blows the right sounds in the right order. But he also makes sure that the tkiyot are done properly, because there are certain halachot that have to be maintained when blowing the shofar. That's the job of the Makri. We blow shofar several times during the davening on Rosh Hashanah. And the first time that we blow shofar is after Kriyat Torah, before Tfilat Musaf. It's kind of an unconnected series of tkiyot. It's not connected to Shacharit, to Kriyat Torah, or to Musaf. These tkiyot stand on their own. And when you finish the tkiyot, when you've heard all 30 tkiyot of the first set, there is no doubt that you fulfilled the mitzvah min haTorah, Lishmoa Kol Shofar. That mitzvah is encapsulated in the 30 sounds that we have heard during the first set of tkiyot.